Yep. Yep. And so you do have two different ways you can attack. You can attack by swinging, and you do a bunch of damage, or you can jab and you do you attack faster, but you do less damage. So.
I'll jab at the rat.
All right, you're going to jab at the rat. That's an 8-second weapon speed, and the jab damage is essentially equivalent to your shield damage. So, at least for this weapon. But I've entered that in there. So you go forward. Which rat would you like to jab at? That one right there?
Yes.
All right. So you go forward and make your attack.
And I got the shield damage, correct?
No. Well, if you do hit, then you can actually just hit that jab button because that's the attack you're making. All right. So you got a 20, and let's see how defendable this rat is. This rat tries to avoid out of your fauchard, but you hit. And let's see damage. So roll that jab damage for us.
It gave me a syntax error.
Ooh, what does it say? What?
You broke the matrix.
Oh, it worked for me. Oh, you did what I found. I see the error. So if you open up your hidden details under combat profiles, you'll see there's a jab roll right there, and that's the damage you roll because it'll tell you a different speed. What you were rolling is you rolled your either normal damage or shield damage, and the reason why you had a syntax error was because you did 2d6p, and for Roll20's information, you have to do exclamation p.
Oh, okay.
That's why you got an error.
Thank you.
Yeah. So do you want to roll damage using jab?
Sure.
So you run forward with your fauchard and you stab this rat clean through with 12 points of damage, and that is enough to skewer this rat and kill it. So that rat is barbecue. So unfortunately, with these long pole arms, the advantage is you can actually attack from farther away. You could have actually attacked from another square away because you've got a reach of 8. But a disadvantage is now that you have a reach of 8, your like engagement is enormous as you're considered engaged if there's a single enemy within 13 feet of you. And so because there's an enemy within 13 feet, like this guy and almost even this guy, you have to delay your weapon speed. But because you jabbed, if you want to jab again, then you can just wait 8 seconds.
Sure, I'll wait again.
All right, so just delay 8 seconds and you'll be able to attack this massive rat. Gotcha. This rat here scampers forward. This guy scurries forward, trying to take a little different tact. This one will hop and skip forward. And Phineas. On Phineas's turn, Phineas has just been bitten by probably one of the most dangerous creatures in the entire world. And, I mean, his life is this close to ending. And so, in the most manliest way possible, you hear a ear-piercing screech. And he moves forward, and he is going to do a bull rush attempt, Falon. So he's going to just try to...
His ally. He can just walk past me, I assume.
Oh, yeah, he could just walk past you. But unfortunately, he is just terrified. Yeah, so he's just, and he's just flailing. And essentially, what he's going to do is he's just like, there's a chance that he just knocks you off the side of this bridge.
Yeah, this will be hilarious when it turns out that Thalon just has so much strength he pushes the old man into the river.
And that's another thing that could happen. So
let's see. Let's start it out.
So first off, the way these things work is first he has to land the bull rush. So if he doesn't land, I mean, he's just flailing and he just runs past you. Yeah. So he was rolling a d20 and adding his attack bonus, which is not great. and you're rolling a d20, or no, you're rolling a d8 because you're helpless and unaware, just ambling down this bridge. So
Only got a 7 on that.
I got an
Almost
8.
make it 2, which is
You
hilarious.
almost blocked him.
I could use my honor point right now just to prevent terrible sadness from happening.
It's up to
Because
you.
I don't think I can swim, and I don't know what that's based on.
There's a swimming skill.
Yeah, there
is.
is. I don't have it.
Well, I think it's based on strength. I think it's a strength or
Yeah.
dexterity. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I got some decent strength, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it right now just so that that doesn't land and I don't fall into the river here. I would prefer that.
So with a tie goes to defender, and so he like bumps into you and he's flailing and screaming, but you have enough like sense to hear him coming, or maybe it's just your elven reflexes kicking in, or it could even just be your just strength that he just kind of like bounces off you and continues running and screaming, just. Ah! But what I'm going to say is he has attacked you. And so that actually reduces your initiative down to a 6 2 seconds after, because like you're just getting like kind of pushed aside and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
And
wheel
see
around and
Machete.
see like, oh my gosh, there's rats.
Yep. You come to awareness right as Machete aims an arrow right at you. There can only be one elf.
You ugly son of a bitch.
I'll only count as part of it all because I'm so ugly. Don't even worry about me. I'm not in the running for anything.
On second 4 as well, this massive rat that attacked Suresh, because as you kill this rat in front of it, and well, I guess this would actually happen on second 5. So on second 4, you kill this other rat, and on second 5, you've now turned and you're kind of engaged with all these other people around you. And so on second 5, this massive rat, you can attack it, but it can't attack you, and so it has to take a tactical move forward so that it can try to fight you on its next turn. It will give it a penalty of -1 to attack and defense. If I don't remember that, remind me. I've made a note of it, but just make sure I'm not cheating too badly. All right. Second 5. On second 5, Phineas is moving into a run and just bolting forward. On second 5, this rat is closing the gap with you, Willie, and this gap is going to make an attack against you. If you'll notice, your character sheet has there's now a defense dice to the bottom right of it on your combat profiles. Your defense dice is set to a d20 -4, and that's just because you're using a polearm. So that's just the polearm combat style. So you just have a little penalty. It's not going to affect that number. So you know that green number that says defense of 3. So in reality, that number is a little bit misleading because it's actually a -1, but it won't be taken into effect until you have the roll. So just be aware. This rat's going to attack you. Would you like to do anything defensive? Like, would you like to declare a defensive action as this rat leaps at you?
Yeah, sure.
So you can check out here. I'll pop up this page to everyone. It's the cheat sheet 1. There's several defensive actions. You can give ground. You can scamper back. You can just full parry. There you have several options. Or I mean, it is a rat, so you could just risk it for the biscuit.
I say full parry.
Full parry. So if you full parry, that'll mean you have to delay your weapon speed to attack again, based off second 5.
Oh, so, dang.
That is it would give you a +5 to defense, but that is the danger there.
I think I'm just gonna take it.
All right, just take it. So he attacks with a 10.
It's rabies.
So roll a defense roll for me.
Sure. On my weapon, right? Or
Yep, on your weapon. Yeah, just hit defend. So oof. So it's not a natural one, but you do gain a point of fatigue. And so fatigue is going to your current fatigue is 0. So your current fatigue is 0. So now or was 0, and now your current fatigue is going to be 1. And so because your fatigue is positive, it's going to give you a 1 penalty in basically everything across the board. In order to get rid of fatigue, you basically have to take 10 seconds outside, you take a knee and breathe. And so in 10 seconds, you can recover 1 point of fatigue.
Gotcha.
So until you take that time to recover, you're basically going to have a little bit of a penalty. So
Okay.
you're fatigued, and this rat attacks you. It gets it landed its blow, and it managed to nip you. It looks like you don't have any armor. Is that what I'm seeing?
Right.
All right. So it's landed a blow on you, and this damage is going to go all through DR. So looks like he penetrated for 6 points of damage on you. And that is that rat's turn. And we just calculated your threshold of pain, which is 8, so that doesn't cause any issues there. And these other rats will scurry forward. They've found some tasty morsels to feed on. Theta, your bow is ready.
If I was to try to shoot the big guy through everybody, I would only be risking shooting them if I failed, right? If I succeeded, I'd still hit.
And technically,
So-
Suresh is on the ground.
Suresh is on the ground,
Right.
so Suresh won't be much of a barrier between you. If you do hit, then the only person that's going to give the rat cover is Thalon. So Thalon will still give it cover regardless of if you hit or miss. And if you miss, then there's more risk.
I would like to suggest you could go ahead and jog during your turn as well, move here, and have a direct line of fire.
Good suggestion. I'm going to fire from where I'm at, though.
Great idea.
I don't think the guy who knocked somebody else in the back of the head with a staff has much of a complaint right now.
Just saying.
This creature is small, and Thalon is a medium creature. So Thalon is 1 size larger. So he would have cover value equivalent to a 6 or higher. So if you shoot a rat and Thalon's in the way...
I already shot. Do what you gotta do, man.
All right, so this rat's in combat, so here's a 1d20 for it. So, well, we don't have to worry about cover because you just missed. So now we'll deal with that. So even, you missed up, computer screen up, and odd, you missed computer screen down. So
Man,
up.
It's like D&D 2nd edition all over again.
Would you like to roll the D12, or would you like me to?
Sure. Give me the keys to who I'm gonna kill.
All right, 1d12 penetrating. All right, so you missed 10 feet. Did I say even was up or even was down?
I think you said down.
Down. So you were aiming. You were aiming for this rat. You missed 10 feet off. So there's 44.6, somewhere around here. This is the path. So anyone within 5 feet of this has to make a save against your 14. So it looks like Thalon's going to make a save, and then if Thalon doesn't make a save, this guy's going to make a save, and if that guy doesn't make it, then it looks like that final rat's just barely in it.
Okay.
So, Thalon, make a d20 roll a d20 as you're just ambling across this bridge.
15.
You're fine!
Yay!
And we'll see this rat here, this bottom rat.
Knew better
Got
than
a
to trust the
6.
elf, or the dwarf, or the humans, or the halflings.
So,
Or the
you still get to roll
hobgoblins.
damage. There, Macheni. So, you take aim looking over this bridge at this massive rat, and Flan, for a second, you swear that Macheni's aiming straight at you, and he fires, and the arrow just flies right past you, and maybe you just got knocked out of the way, and you're still recovering from when Phineas pushed past you, and maybe that's what allows the arrow to miss. And it almost magic curves. It's a magic arrow of some kind. It curves, missing you to hit this rat down here, and just completely skewers it. And that rat, its leg twitches a few times, and it looks dead.
Nice.
Totally on purpose.
Nailed it. And second 6, this rat right here is going to move up to attack Willie as well. Willie, could I get another defense roll from you?
Sure.
With a near perfect attack, with a natural 19.
Oh,
So this will do one additional damage if it hits. So it has hit, unfortunately. And here we go for damage. So 7 plus 1 additional for 8 points of damage on you. And your threshold of pain is if you take more than 8 points of damage, so you are fine. All right, so you've been just attacked by another rat, and so Macheni, it looks like you've knocked off one of these rats, but Willie and Sharesh are just being swarmed by rats. And Phineas, on Phineas's turn, you can hear more shouting and running as he just sprints. And even though it's into the darkness, he's just sprinting towards the stairs forward. And that's his turn. And Thalon, maybe it's the arrow swinging by you or Phineas pushing past you, but something's going on. What would you like to do?
Griff, that's still you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard Phineas for some reason. I'm like, wait a second, who's Phineas?
Killer half a fur.
out in the shadows.
But I can go ahead and draw my weapon, and that's just 1 second, right?
Yep.
Okay, and
Or
I
well,
suppose,
you have your staff, correct?
yeah. I guess that's already in my hand, I would guess.
Yeah, I would guess it's already in your hand. But if you do have to draw it for future reference, since it's a large weapons take 2 seconds to ready.
Okay, so, well, I still probably have to ready it. I'm also holding the torch. I'm technically going to move and then set the torch down, and then ready.
All right, so you step over and set the torch down. For convenience and for easy, I'm not going to move where the lighting is, but
Yeah,
you set it down right there. Yeah.
So I'm going to delay 1 second, and then we'll just move into the next.
On second 7, just because it's easy to get rid of, Phineas sprints up the stairs, screaming in terror the whole time.
Okay.
Right.
And I am technically in range of this rat.
You are indeed.
So I will go ahead and smack a rat.
Smack a rat.
All right.
Do what you can for your fellow man. Smack a rat.
I'm also going to use an aggressive attack because screaming at the top of my lungs has always helped. On a fumble.
So your total result is an 8 because you did aggressive attack, but unfortunately his 12 is too much, and maybe you're kind of standing by the edge of this creek and you slip a little bit, or your foot gets soaked in water and it throws you off, and so you missed by 5, and so there's no free attack. However, your weapon has slipped out of your hands. So what I'm going to say is up is 1, and then we'll go, around the circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, so
8.
we'll roll the d8 then.
Or
Let's do it.
Yep.
3.
So you have 1, 2, 3. So you have tossed your staff in the direction of the rat. Yeah. Ah! You scream and throw your quarterstaff at it, and unfortunately it misses. But your quarterstaff is now laying, right there.
Okay, so in terms of speed, how will we handle this? Because the next thing I'm probably going to do is try to pick it up.
So what you have to do is this second was an attack, so you at least have to delay 1 second. You don't have to commit to waiting your weapon speed because you're not preparing another attack. But essentially, you're going to have to wait a second, and then you're going to have to step over and pick it up. So basically you're going to have to just delay another second after
Okay.
that as you.
There's nothing
step
happening
over and
until
pick it up.
11, so that's like 3 seconds worth of actions, right?
Yep.
So I'll go ahead and delay 3 right now.
All right. And so in those 3 seconds, you step over, you pick up your quarterstaff, and then we're back to you on second 10.
Okay. And I guess I could make a second attack thanks to fumbling.
So you will have to, in this case, though, you will have to, because essentially you've made your free attack as you entered combat, and now this rat is engaging you as well. He sees you there. So now you're just going to have to wait your weapon speed.
Now I wait my weapon speed. Okay.
Now you wait your weapon speed.
So I have to wait 13 seconds from here. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will start swinging at him soon-ish.
Essentially, you dropping your weapon is a delaying of.
It was like
just,
3 extra seconds. I was like,
yeah,
okay,
it's just a
not the
speed
worst
penalty.
possible outcome.
Mm-hmm. And second 11, this massive rat. So this big honker over here has felled Sharesh and is looking at you there, Willie. You look tasty. He's going to make an attack on you. Do you have any defensive actions you'd like to declare?
This is the strong boy, right?
This is the real strong boy, the chonker rat.
Now, yeah.
All right. If you do if you full parry, then unfortunately you wouldn't be able to attack on the next second. So if you do want to do something defensive, I'd recommend like giving ground. Would be a good one because you're faster than this rat, so you could just move back 1 square, and it would give you a +5 to your defensive bonus. It will give you a -1 on your next attack, but
that's fine.
You know, so you fall back away from this rat as it tries to leap on you as well.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't this rat have a -1 as well?
It does, yes.
Okay.
So this is an 11 to hit. So Willie, let's see your defense. And luckily, Thalon got here and is actually engaging one of these rats. Otherwise, this would be considered a 3v1 situation, and you would be rolling a d12 for defense, which would not be good. All right. So you have, there's a +5 on here, so you actually got a 9, but a 9 does not beat his 11. And so even though you're falling back and trying to get ground, you're just not fast enough, or maybe you step on one of those skeletons that's on the ground and it just delays you enough that this rat catches up to you and leaps and bites you for 6 points of damage. How are you feeling there?
Bitten.
Bitten. That's a good word for it. All right.
Do you not have armor?
No.
Does not look like he does. No.
Just make sure it wasn't just not entered in or something.
We just have a lot of money, so.
Well, good. You can make a coat of armor out of all the gold coins.
It's called coin mail.
I mean, why not, right? Just
Yeah.
little loopholes through every coin.
I mean,
Ching, ching, ching,
yeah.
ching.
Yes,
And then
gold
whenever
is
you
a
need
highly
money-
defensive metal.
whenever you need money, you just pull one off and you hand it to someone. So, on second 12, you've just been bitten by this massive rat. You're looking pretty hurt. You're bleeding from numerous wounds already. What would you like to do there, Willie? You're ready to attack. Yep. And you jabbed last time. You declared a jab, correct?
Yep, I'm jabbing this time now, right?
Yep. So you have a -1 for giving ground. And that's it. He got an 18.
I got a 5.
All right, so you're stabbing at him, you're jabbing at him, and this rat is, maybe it's just you have, because your pole arm's got such a reach, it's hard to bring it in on an enemy so close, and this rat is just managing to scurry around your jabs. So I guess the next question is, are you going to jab next, or are you going to do a full swing of your fauchard?
A question, this water that I took from the well, do I have enough time to take a sip of it, or no?
You could, but that would take some time. In order to, if you check out the old cheat sheet under longer actions, if you would like to unstopper a container and drink potion, it's just going to take 2 seconds because you've already found it. You have it in your,
Right,
you have it on hand.
Yeah, I don't think I actually closed it because I just put it down. You know what I mean? I just did it and then saw it happen. I reached for my weapon.
Yeah.
So that
So-
be open.
Yeah, so you would have. I'll say it'll just take. I'll take 1 second to just pull from your like pull from around your shoulder where you just tossed it, and then a second to drink.
Oh no, it's in my opposite hand. Like,
But your pull arm is 2-handed weapon.
oh,
so
it is.
that-
I didn't know that. Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I did. I totally didn't. I'm sorry. I thought it was one-handed.
No worries. No. So it's, I'm saying it's not stoppered, but you just have to
Right. Exactly.
grab it and drink it.
Sure, I'll do that then.
All right. So just delay 2 seconds. All right. So we'll go to Macheni first, and then we'll go to Willie as
All
you're
right,
drinking your potion.
Warning: possible incoming party kill shot.
You do have a perfectly straight line of fire.
All right, shooting the guy from where I'm at.
Technically, that does avoid the lawn there.
It does. It does.
I mean, unless I miss by a range, and then we get this whole thing going on.
Yeah.
I mean, last time you missed it.
I want to point out that I have a +7 on this roll, and I am
Yeah, I
rolling
was just
10s. I'm rolling 10s every time.
All right.
I got Willie's luck.
You hit though with a 7. You've managed to land a shot directly on this massive rat. Let me just double check.
Not the greatest damage roll either.
Not the greatest damage roll. I rolled that defense because there's a macro that tells me what its DR is, and
Dan's flexing here.
so you fire it in the side, and I mean it sticks in, and it looks pissed, but it is certainly still alive and kicking, or biting, I should say. If anything, it just made it madder.
It bites very hard, guys.
Let it be known that second 23 will be the second of the elves.
So you have unstoppered this flask of water that you just pulled from the spring, and you take a sip of it, and it tastes like cold water. You're a little, maybe a little thirsty from fighting, and you're a little refreshed. It kind of washes away maybe any sort of blood you might have had on your face or your chin, as I assume it's a little bit sloppy. But
Right.
aside from that, there is no other effects.
Oh, that was my Hail Mary. Shit. Oh,
In
damn.
fact, Thalon and this Phineas fellow had mentioned it. They were no longer hungry after drinking from it, and Garth had
Right.
noticed that. You're still a little peckish. You don't seem to have noticed that effect at all.
Interesting. With that, I don't think I can do anything else, right?
No, so that's your 2-second turn. What would you like to do next?
Attack next if I can, but I can't right now.
So are you going to delay your full weapon speed, or do you want to delay just your jab speed?
Jab.
So delay 8 seconds, and you'll have your next attack. And we are on to this rat. So this rat here has recently been attacked by Thalon, and he's ready to redistribute out some rat justice. So he's going to attack you with a 2.
I'm not sure I can roll that high. Actually, I have a +2. I don't think I can fail this. I say as I somehow
Roll another 1.
Yeah. Well, that's 7.
Yep. So you have managed to dodge that rat's feeble attack.
I guess it's 5 because the last attack I made was aggressive, and this is the first time I've been hit, even
Yes.
if I've dropped my weapon and re-readied.
That is correct. So over here, Garsiv, Garciv, you just had drank some of that water and was feeling refreshed. So they all said they were taking Phineas to the entrance, and so you decided to go in and start exploring these rooms. And you're wandering over, and you're checking out this door, and you're reaching out, and you're just about to grab the handle, and you hear a commotion going on behind you. You hear several rats and the twang of bows and maybe even the glancing of weapons off some of the stone on the ground and the screams of pain. It sounds like battle behind you.
And I'm gonna. Garza's gonna shrug his shoulders and is like, I told him not to go, and I'm gonna try the door.
All right, so the door is unlocked.
Okay.
And you can open it up.
Yeah, I want to open it up.
Right. So you open up this door, and you look into a room that is filled with old boxes and crates. It looks like it's filled almost from floor to ceiling with a variety of chests and crates and barrels and boxes, most of them in very poor shape. You know, there's some of the boxes are even like, starting to bulge out with some of the weight above them, and some of the boxes on the edge have even collapsed already. And it looks like this room hasn't seen use in a long time.
Okay, I want to go in, shut the door, and start searching the room.
All right. So effectively, you're going to be taking yourself out of this combat. Is that correct?
For right now, yeah.
All right. So how long do you want to search before you come back?
How about a minute?
Okay. So we're going to delay you. I'm going to delay you to second 70, and that will be the next time that you're after you're done searching, and we'll move you into this room.
All right.
All right. So then that is that you're sorting through some of these boxes, and on second 16, we have this rat here. Oh. Well, Cody, are you heading out?
No, go ahead.
Okay, you're being attacked.
Yeah,
this rat's attacking you. So this little rat got a 15.
Hey,
And you got a 60. Yeah, you're getting used to the swing of it, and you're like, oh, I know how these rats work, and you're using the shaft of your weapon to just bash them aside.
I need to wait more.
And that is that turn. It looks like you're the next. Sorry, you just said you wanted to, be right back, but you're being attacked twice.
No problem. Let's go.
All right, so on second 19, a few seconds pass, and this rat's going to attack you again. What would you like to do?
The big guy or just a normal rat?
This big guy.
Oh, I'm giving him ground.
All right, you're giving ground. And he's going to make an attack on you. So you'll have a +5 to this. So I got a 13. You got an 8. +5 is 13. And defense wins on ties. So it's just the amount of the fallback that you needed. And this rat's teeth just barely miss snapping you. And you manage to smash it aside. And second 20, 21, 22, and Willie, you're up.
I'm going to attack this guy.
All right, this rat, by the way, has moved into the room to get back into the fight. So make your attack. You have a -1 because you gave ground, and he rolled a 4. So he rolled a 4 with a natural. Sorry, he rolled a natural 1 with a total of 4. You had an attack roll of a 4 with a -1, so your attack roll was 3. So
Right.
because he fumbled, you get an automatic hit, or because he rolled the natural 1. However, because his defense roll was a 4 and your attack roll was a 3, so he technically doesn't fumble. So you're not gonna potentially get a free attack, and you're not gonna potentially get a free attack, but you have hit because you rolled a natural 1. Does that make sense?
So do I just roll damage, or what do I do?
Roll your jab damage. Yeah, roll jab damage. You've hit. 3 points of damage. You're just getting really unlucky. That looks like the minimum damage you could do, and you just barely catch him with your fauchard, and you have slashed him. He's cut just a little bit, but it really doesn't look like it had as much effect as you'd hope it would. Would you like to delay for another jab?
No, I'm gonna delay for 13 for my hit him with my weapon proper.
Okay. It looks like I'm seeing a weird. Oh, remember, you're gonna have to delay 14 seconds.
Okay, just add one more.
That's just because you have that. Remember that point of fatigue that you gained?
Gotcha.
That's slowing you down a little bit. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. If you want to take a break, if you want to step away now, it looks like you're not up on the initiative tracker. All right. So that was second 22.
Good.
Yeah, you're good for now.
Okay, thank you.
And if he's not back by the time we need him again, we'll take a 5-minute break since it's about our halfway time as it is. So
I would like to interject real quick since our seconds are coming up. I know exactly what Theta is going to do here. Since we are acting in the same second, may I make a 5-foot step first before I get shot in the back?
Yeah, you can make a. I mean, he has been warning you. So this would be considered a tactical move.
Oh,
and so,
poor sweet dear Thalan, that you think 5 feet's gonna save you.
I can try.
You know, at least he moved in the opposite, the same direction as Willie, because then it's doubling down, right? If it misses in that direction, it's both of you. But if it misses in the opposite direction, then like if he had moved in the other way, it would have given you lots of targets.
I just want to point out that
also you don't have a cover penalty.
I was aiming to hit a guy here and killed a rat over here. I'm looking to hit a guy here, and you moved right here.
Better than being directly in the line of fire.
That's true. So that will be considered a tactical action. So that will give you a -1 to attack and defense.
Okay.
So just be aware. Machete, we might as well go to your attack since
fire on the big rat.
All right, firing on the big rat. Let's see that D20.
Why? Always D10. It's always a 10. I'm rolling nothing but 3s.
At least you're consistent.
I got a +7. This should literally be the easiest thing I can do.
At least you might miss into the crowd of rats.
Well, here's the great thing though, is that I'm not rolling 2s, which would be horrible for me.
What does a 2 give you?
Remember, I'm a bumbler.
Oh, right, because his character's a bumbler and will fumble on a 2.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've been rolling consistent 3s, which is still just outside of the area of threat.
So, if you would like to do the even or odd, if it's odd, it misses up. If it's even, it misses down. Oh, never mind. You rolled. It misses up. Roll the D12.
Oh, poor sweet Thalan.
So, you fired here, and you missed 3 feet off, which is right about here. So, Thalan, as the first person in the line of fire, I need you to roll a D20 against a 10.
50-50 odds.
This is a defense roll, correct?
Against ranged attacks, it's just a flat dice, unless you have the dodge skill.
Which I don't. But I mean, 11 beats the 10. Thalan evades danger once more.
To be fair, though, the normal defense against a ranged attack is a D12, so you're still getting the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, like, it doesn't matter how far that's straight off. Literally everyone would have been threatened, I think.
Yeah, I think it will be. Everyone is threatened.
At least now it's the rat's turn.
Yeah, you're first, and then let me just double check that both rats are within. So both rats are going to be within range. So here's a 1d20 for the first rat. The first rat gets hit. So this rat right here takes the arrow for 6 points of damage.
Oh, not another. Another not great roll.
This rat is not dead, but it is threshold of pained. So you fire into this massive melee, and Thalan steps aside, and the arrow almost hits him in the leg as he steps aside, but it lands in another rat. And this rat screeches in pain, and is going to be Threshold of Pain
Yay!
for 65 seconds.
I think we can safely come back to that rat later.
I think so. So, Thalon, what would you like to do? You've stepped aside to avoid the inevitable arrow that still almost hit you.
All right, well, there's one rat not in terrible pain, so I'm going to go for that one because it's currently a threat. So I will go ahead and swing to hit that. I won't do an aggressive attack this time. I do have the -1 for the tactical move.
Sounds good.
2!
Oh, my lord. That's the second fumble from you. You're just trying to die. That's
really
what
am.
happened?
Yeah,
No.
just chuck it into the river this time.
It's like, I really don't like this staff. Throw.
Oh,
So,
you thought I meant the staff, I meant the lawn.
oh, true. So, you haven't. This actually makes sense. Distracted by ally or opponent. So these arrows keep flying right by you, and you're just getting really sick and tired of it. So much so that you've stepped aside and are actually watching Macheni, so that next time Macheni fires, you can duck or step aside or whatever happens. You just don't want to get hit. So you're going to have a -4 penalty to defense while you're so focused on Macheni, and your next weapon speed is going to take additional 2 seconds.
Right, so I'm going to delay 15, and how long does that penalty last?
It looks like I think the entire time.
Okay.
Just this 15 seconds. So.
Okay, that's fine.
It makes sense.
I will endeavor to remember that. It's good I didn't aggressive attack then.
Yeah, and if you had aggressive attacked, you would have missed by less, which might have given you a different fumble result. So
yeah, that's true.
Can I ask a real quick question?
Yeah.
What is a moving defender in mechanical sense?
A moving defender is any defender that is considered in combat or moving.
Okay.
I generally say moving more than a walk speed. So if the defenders if it's someone that's unaware, they're generally a D12 unless it's someone who's like riding a horse at speed or you're attacking your local jogger.
Well, I was just re-looking over the ranged attack stuff, and it was saying a moving defender rolls a d20, but a stationary defender rolls a d12, and I didn't know what the definition of stationary and moving was in this case.
Yeah, anyone in combat is considered moving, unless they're like Threshold of Pain or otherwise held immobile.
Right, like a defenseless person.
Exactly.
Somebody tied to a chair.
Very specific, but yes.
Yeah.
So, any more questions?
Nope, that was it.
All right. So, second 25, second 26, and this rat here. This rat here was just attacked by you, and he saw his companion honed down by an arrow. So it's going to try to divert its attack to you. It sees you kind of fumbling around at it, and it'll attack you there, Thalon.
No. Okay.
With a 16.
That's difficult to beat.
Did you already build in your -4 or?
No, I have not. So this is a 10.
So, well, 14 still misses. A 10 still misses. So this rat has bit you for 3 points of damage. A mighty blow.
Oh my gosh, this is the first time I've taken a wound that isn't incredibly huge and Threshold of Pain. I do have my robe. I reduced it by 1. That is 2 points. It's possible to live through that kind of pain.
Which is surprising.
Yeah. Wait, I got my leg bit and it's not mangled?
Wait, I still have a leg? What's going on? Second 27, we have this massive rat here. And, his companions are starting to go down. He's a little worried, but he's not very smart, so he's going to keep attacking you there. Willie? What would you like to do? Give ground again?
Yep.
All right, so you give ground, and this rat follows you.
Oh, look at that angle. The lawn.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So on second 27, this rat has fumbled. Let's see that defense roll. So you gave ground, so you actually have a 15. So he missed by 12. So here's a melee fumble. He missed by 12. This could give you a free attack. So you're going to get a free attack as this, this rat is, I guess he's just slipping in blood. Damaging his own armor seems a little difficult to do, being that he's not wearing any armor. So
He bites himself.
he's just slipped a little bit on this blood and given you an opening to attack. And on second 28, you can take that opening. So you get a free attack
roll, right? Yeah.
Yep, just a regular old attack roll. 3. You're not really having any luck on rolling those attack rolls, are you? So a 3, unfortunately, he starts slipping in the blood and looks like a little bit of a fool, and you go for a big swing, but maybe it's the fact that you've backed into a corner and you just can't get the full swing or stab, and it's not working out for you.
Sure.
So you miss. It's a hacking weapon, so you're trying to hack at it, and you're now in the corner, so it's just difficult. So second 29, 30, 31. Would you like to move at all there, Thalon? Because you can move at any time. You know this is happening. You're watching. You know you're distracted, so you are watching Macheni.
Right. The thing is, I'm not sure that there's a place I can go that really matters. I guess I could try moving up here. I'm still technically in range of the rat.
Well, what you could do is you could take multiple moves if that's what you were concerned about.
I'll just go ahead and move here. I think that gives enough freedom to not give any of the rats cover, and yeah, the rat moves up. That's fine. That's okay.
So on second 32, we're all ready for it, Macheni.
Finally.
All right, here's
I'm not
the
sure it
1d20.
can roll high enough.
If it does roll a natural 20, then it could penetrate and. So, in order for this to miss, I need to roll a 6, essentially. Nope. So a 23.
That was a nail biter.
It's doing a backflip through the air to dodge your arrow before an updraft kicks up straight into its forehead.
This actually has been a situation that has happened before in one of my games, where a character rolled a natural 20 with a weapon, and then I rolled a natural 20 and penetrated even higher than him, and he hit an ally. So, but in this case, he has not managed to block your attack, and you fire and twink, a direct hit on this rat.
The average damage I should do is about 8, and I have consistently rolled below 8. Like you said, I got Willie's luck.
I got the luck of Willie. You punctured him again with another arrow, and he's looking a little haggard. So we got 33, 34, 35, and this rat is back up, and it's his turn. There's not really any room for you to fall back, Willie. What you gonna do?
I think you could say a parry, right?
You could do a full parry. It'll just delay you. You're gonna attack on 36, but if you do a full parry, you'll have to wait your full weapon speed again.
Can I technically move here?
You could, but that wouldn't be a give ground. Because at give ground, you have to move back from it.
I'm gonna move away from it.
Yeah, you have to move away from it.
Yeah, I could still back up into the river.
Ah! Splash. What would you like to do?
I'm trying to see now.
You're between a rat and a hard place.
No kidding. Can I scamper back, or that's still nothing?
So that's that also requires you to move away from it.
Right, and I can't go sideways on that one, right?
Yep, yeah, you can't go sideways on that one.
Fighting withdrawal.
That wouldn't be one like that would be one you could just use in general, but it wouldn't give you any bonuses immediately. Yeah, the only one that's going to give you an immediate bonus right now is going to be the full parry.
I'm gonna eat it. See what happens.
All right. I'm just going to eat it. Famous words. All right. So his attack was a 7. You have a chance. Oh. Oh. A natural 1 is not what you were hoping for. So, there's two things that happens here. First, there's an automatic fatigue gain because it's a 1. So it's saying fatigue gained and automatic fatigue gain doesn't stack. It just gives you 1 additional point of fatigue. You just have the reason why it says automatic fatigue gain is the fatigue will automatically trigger on a 1, even
Right.
if your fatigue is like -5. So your fatigue goes up by 1, and the way fatigue works is it stacks, as in it doubles. So right now you have a -1 in everything, and now you have a -2 in everything.
Gotcha.
After that, it'll become a -4, and then a -8, and then a -16. As you're swinging against these rats, and maybe it's all the wounds you have, but you're starting to get tired. You're bleeding from numerous spots, and it's exhausting. So for the first attack, it does 8 points of damage against you. Are you still up? It looks like a no, as I see you are at -1. So he doesn't really care about his free attack because you've dropped. And that is the massive rat's turn. And he's still in the range for you, Thalon, so he's going to, well, the next second he's going to move up. So on second 36, this rat moves up.
Does the effect of the fumble not count since he's already down?
Yeah, I'm curious about what I did with the fumble.
Your fumble would be like potentially give him a free attack. So you only get a fumble result if you're the one attacking. So yeah. The only potential fumble penalty would be that he might get another attack. But since you drop to the ground unconscious,
gotcha.
That's another story. So I'm going to delay you to second 45 because you got attacked on 35. So in 10 seconds, that's when you're going to start to bleed out on the ground. So on 35,
just a quick
rat,
refresh. Bleeding out 10 seconds means he has a chance every turn to lose hit points to a certain amount, right?
That is correct.
So as the person who has first aid still, I'm just trying to figure this out, how long we have to save Big Willie.
Yep, so big ol' Willie. Willie has a constitution of 12, and so he dies past half his con, so he dies at -7. So if he fails every single one of his next rolls, he will die in 60 seconds. If he fails all 6 of the next rolls.
So there's time.
So that you have time. And when you get to him and provide first aid, you'll give him a bonus on those rolls to stabilize. So the sooner you get there, the better it is for him, but...
Right, but I don't want to rush in with Giant Rat and Rat Ally. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just figuring out how much time we got.
That is correct. So
you should move closer to hit the rat. You don't hit the lawn.
You're talking madness. I don't know what you're saying. We got a mumbler over here.
Would it be time to do a tactical move before it attacks?
you could do a tactical move.
Here we go. Straight into the river. I mean, over here, so this way I can actually give ground on my turn.
So
tactical move penalties are cumulative?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so I'm at like -2 to attack when I get around to it if I live through it.
And defense.
Oh, so I'm at -6 defense right now, then, right? Because of the -4 earlier.
Oh yeah,
Because I'm
your
still
-4
distracted
hasn't.
until I get to attack.
That is correct. So this rat's going to attack you.
Okay.
Stop
and
looking at me. Look at the rats.
And I
The
will
rats!
give ground.
Okay.
Which I think actually means I need to get to this tile here.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, that tile was safe before. So, and now I'll roll defense, and that's going to be at a. How much is the give ground bonus? 5?
5. So you
okay,
have.
so I'm only at a -1 to defense now.
Yep, that is correct.
Hey, that's still a 6.
So he got a 9. You got a
try
6.
your best, but you don't succeed.
So, well, luckily this is a small rat, and these rats don't do an enormous amount of damage.
Yeah.
So, 2 points of damage. I mean, with your thick robes, that's just a little scratch, little nip.
I'm only being nickeled and dimed, which is a lot better than the alternative here.
Yep.
Nickeled and dimed itself.
Okay.
That's true.
So
37, 38, and we're up to you, Thalon. Maybe it's the danger that you're in, but you've pulled your eyes away from Machete and you're focusing on the 2 rats in front of you.
Okay.
Which one would you like to attack?
Let's go over penalties right now. I'm not distracted, so we don't have to worry about that. I did give ground. Is there a penalty to attack for that?
Yes, there's a -1 penalty for giving ground.
So I believe I should be at 3 because I did 2 tactical moves. So -3 to attack. I will go for an aggressive attack because I may as well, and I will try to destroy the small rat.
So if you do go for an aggressive attack, just be aware that that's mutually exclusive. So you won't be able to give ground or tactically move if you do that.
So I might just go for a normal attack. I'll suffer the -3, and I'll be able to give ground onto the bridge. And then I'll only have to take attacks from one of them at a time.
That's true. All right, make your swing. So that's a 1, a dirty 1, and it also got a dirty 1. And defenders win ties, unfortunately.
Honor! I'm going to go into a knockout, drag-out brawl with this goddamn rat on the floor because I want to murder it.
All right, so you're going to use a point of honor?
Yes. So I go down from 17 to 16, and I will do damage to it, damn it.
So what is your break-in character that gives you this +1 to hit?
What is in character for Thalon at this point? Because he goes between like the schizophrenic phase of like calm, thoughtful person, and now just completely aggressive attacker. The barbarian is taking over right now. I think that's the case. He's just going all in on this. I will murder these damn little rats. All this frustration is getting to me.
Yeah, the nips I think you.
It's you were taught to be patient and study the situation as a mage, and you're just like,
This is a critical point in Thalon's downward spiral where everything is slowly getting to him. So here's the damage. 9.
9
totally
points of
worth
damage. So you bash. You put a full swing into it. Boom! Clobbering this rat, and it's not going to fly back. You have to do 10 points of damage to do a knockback on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it staggers to the side. You have crossed the threshold of pain, but this rat seems to, even though you've heard the snapping of what looks like was probably small bones, it's still up.
Mm-hmm.
But, this massive wound and the death of all its comrades is kind of shaken his morale. So I need you to roll a d20 and add your morale modifier.
All right. I am in ugly person, so I have a -1 to that. I'm assuming the D20 is penetrating, like most dice, and -1. 8.
Yep. So even though you've clobbered this rat and a bunch of his companions are dead, they've also landed a little bit of meat. They knocked Willie down, and Sharesh is crying in pain, and you seem like a juicy morsel.
Yeah, I look pathetic. I'm easy target.
Exactly.
They're correct.
This rat just wants to stay and nibble.
All
So
right.
that-
So, delay 13 seconds now. I have
Yes, sir.
no more penalties to worry about, and I can give ground. Submit. There we go.
And we're on second 41. And Machene, you see Thalon is the only one up on the other side fighting back both these rats. And you've fired another arrow.
Yeah, time to fire again.
All right. It's looking a lot better. Let's see if I can get another natural 20. I cannot. So let's see that damage.
Subpar damage.
You still didn't
blame
roll,
the
you didn't roll
arrows.
1, but you have hit. So you've landed another blap blap arrow into it. Can you roll me a d20 and add your morale modifier?
My morale modifier is -3.
Well, luckily you're very intimidating. Maybe it is because you're firing from a distance that you
Not
know
very
you just
intimidating.
don't-
I don't speak at all.
Yeah, just
The
maybe it's
elves are the
also
least intimidating of all, of course.
it's also not intimidating because you almost always hit your allies too.
Well, I
Just
mean,
almost.
unlike Thalan, who is just butt ugly, I'm also ugly, but I'm also a horrible person on the inside.
Hey,
5
it's-
charisma.
So you're just not a beautiful character.
No.
Just- All right.
There's a reason why I'm considered the outcast.
So then delay your weapon speed and
Alright.
we will be into it. Second 43. This massive rat. He's going for you, Thalon.
All right. This is the point to give ground.
All right, so he's following after you. And that's an 11.
With an additional 5, that comes out to 15.